Solutions from South India Agencies. I'm Ramya, your host for today. SIA is an architectural hardware company for more than 3 decades. We are known for our innovative products, quality, services, and ethical standards. Our display center is at Koramangala, showcases the world-class brands and products under one roof. It is a one-stop solution for all the architects and interiors. Vastu Shastra is an ancient science. It literally means the science of arranging 5 elements, namely earth, water, air, fire, and sky in complete harmony. SIA brings to you the next chapter of Vastu with Dr. Pradeep S Avadhani. Dr. Pradeep has done his BSc in genetics, MSc in biochemistry, MBA in business strategy, PhD in branding, and also PhD in astrology. He has worked in medical field and he has also been the head of marketing and sales pan-India for any hospitals. Due to his keen interest in astrology and Vastu, he has made it his goal to help others. Let us have a recap of Chapter 1, Science of Vastu. Vastu means a house or place and Shastra means knowledge. Vastu Shastra means holistic science of design and building houses and buildings. Earth is the only planet where we have life because of this presence of 5 elements, namely earth, air, water, fire, and space. Vastu Shastra can help us improve lives spiritually and as well as materialistically. Now, over to you, Dr. Pradeep.
Major thing that is to be taken care of is selection of a plot. It may be primarily the size, shape, color, and also the magnetic forces that work on the plot plays a major important role. Mainly 8 topics that we are discussing today. One is soil analysis, shape of the plot, slopes within and outside the plot, road around the plots, plot extensions, plot cuts, T-junctions, and bad objects inside the plots. So these all comes under selection of the plot, and today majorly we will be talking about soil analysis, shape of the plot, and the slopes within and outside the plot. So coming to the soil analysis, the first step in selection of a plot. Soil inspection basically determines the suitability of a plot for a particular kind of construction. So as shown in the figure, there are 4 types of soil: dark red, a mild red, white, and also black one. So when you talk of the color of the soil, basically the soil is divided into 4 major groups: Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. This is not based on the social classification, but it's based on the type of construction that needs to be done in a plot. Now, when you talk of a Brahmin type of soil, it's basically suitable for building of temples, construction based on home and havans, all those stuff. When you talk of Kshatriya, it is basically for a recreational property, and also it works for military establishments. And also the commercial part of it. When you talk of Vaishya, this is again Vaishya basically determines a light red color soil, which is again suitable for commercial places. So it might be a supermarket or any hypermarkets in the area. And the last one would be agricultural. It's black, where all the other sort of construction are banned and only agriculture is need to be taken care of. So in the past, the land was, as discussed, it was divided into Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. In modern times, due to aging of the society, this is not possible right now. However, if building construction is based on the kind of color of the soil, then it is supposed to accelerate the growth of the individual in that plot. So now we will talk of smell of the soil. When you go for a soil inspection, a part of soil is taken in your hand and it is to be, smelt. And if it is smelling in terms of oil, ghee, or a blood in color, it is supposed to be auspicious. However, foul or odor smell in the land is supposed to be barred from any type of construction. When you talk of taste of the soil, if you put a few grains on our hand, or twist it out and put it in your tongue, if it is smelling a sweet or a pungent in order, then it is supposed to be auspicious. However, it is salty, bitter, or sour, then it is considered to be inauspicious in terms of construction. When you talk of color of the soil, or if your soil is kept in your hand, rub, and if it is white, pale yellow, or murmum in color, then it is supposed to be auspicious. However, if it is black in color, such a soil is supposed to be inauspicious for kind of construction. Now, after types of soil, we will talk about the irregularly shaped plots and Vastu. According to Vastu Shastra, plots should be carefully selected to transmit magnetic energies in right proportions in one's life. However, the type of magnetic energy that is emitted out of structure is supposed to play an important role in improving the quality of life of an individual. So, site Vastu is again defined by the kind of location, surroundings, wind in the area, water bodies in the area, soil type, and the sunlight that is entering the plot, as well as quality of life of the people who are staying in their house. The term irregular shape refers to shape that does not have equal sides or angles. Irregular plots can be those with uneven or unbalanced ground. Basically, the magnetic forces are scattered unequally. Irregular spots are considered to have poor energies, thus affecting the financial and health part of the individual staying in the plot. If it is unfavorable according to Vastu Shastra, it might result in sadness, misery, loss of riches, and other issues pertaining to human quality of life. So the good shapes in Vastu Shastra are considered to be square or rectangle, which are in a proper ratio. These plot shapes provide owner fortune, well-being, and happiness. The other such forms, such as circular, U-shape, L-shaped plots, contain missing corners. Depending on the selection that is missing, can cause severe complications. Here we are talking of basic cut areas in the plot like southeast, northeast, and proper diagonal cuts. So seriously forego plots that are round, circle, oval, triangular or semicircle, star-shaped or card-shaped. Avoid plots with sufficient expansions, cuttings or slopes in the corners. One of the example of a very good plot is supposed to be a 𝐓𝐡𝐞 plot and a elephant-shaped plot where it has got northeast extensions, thus giving lot of riches and money to the individual staying in that plot. However, this sort of plots are available rarely. So, type of plot that is suitable for constructions are basically one is the 𝐓𝐡𝐞 plot and second one is the lion place. So this part is suitable for commercial construction. As you can make out, the north and east part of the plots are extended in this area, thus giving a positive outcome in terms of finance and growth. And the second one is the triangular plot. So stay because you are supposed to call on litigation and other issues considering the government. Oval or semicircular are inauspicious, causing variety of health problems, losses, bad luck, and unhappiness in human life. Circular shape is only suitable for construction of similarly shaped buildings. Example, in olden days, Mahabharata, they had constructed kitchen using this side of concept. However, until unless the whole plot considering numerous block has the same shape, this is to be avoided. Polygonal plot, litigation, you call for it. Octagonal plots, good, brings wealth all around, but difficult to get. Bucket plot, inviting debt, so avoid this. Wheel plot, a lot of financial loss, stay away from this. Bow-shaped plot creates a lot of fear and dread, so stay away from this. However, difficult to get this kind of plot. Drum-shaped plots invite resentment and loss in family members. Again, this is a difficult kind of plot to get, but still, if you're unlucky, you will end up having one of those. Stay away from this. Pitch-up plot, so serious health issues, difficult to get. However, stay away from it if you have an opportunity buy. So 𝐕𝐚𝐚𝐬𝐭𝐮, which is a pig-faced, what you talk of, it might lead to a lot of health and death issues in the family. Stay away from this kind of plots. Turtle-shaped plots, stay away from this. A lot of imprisonment chances are coming out of this. So hand fan shape leads to loss of money. So difficult to get this kind of plot. However, if you get one, stay out of this. Feather shaped plot, unlucky, stay out. Star shaped plot leads to legal action. So difficult to get, stay out of this. However, a layout with projection and missing corners that is oddly formed is considered inauspicious. However, if you get any kind of extensions available, you need to take a Vastu expert opinion before getting into this kind of plot. There are a lot many other factors that works on the plot. Only the extensions considered to north, northeast, and east are considered to be helpful. So our plots that have extensions, basically, until unless it is a northeast extension, even if that is there, you need to have an opinion of a Vastu expert, considering the other objects in the plot. So in the next session, we'll be talking about slopes within and outside the plot, roads around the plot extensions, plot cuts, T-junctions, and bad objects inside the plot. However, people, even if you're getting a plot which is between two big buildings, are supposed to be taken care of until unless you build a building to of that height, it is to be avoided. So let us meet in the next session. Thank you for your patient hearing. So we welcome for question and answers.
Thank you, Dr. Pradeep. It was a very beneficial and meaningful presentation about Vastu and the plot shapes. I'm sure our viewers are also benefited by this. There are few questions which we have to go ahead with. We would like to know how important it is to select the right kind of a plot. What is its importance?
The basic importance, ma'am, because of the magnetic flux in the plot, a lot many factors regarding health, wealth, and your emotional well-being depends on the kind of plot that is to be selected. So if you select the right kind of plot, it will obviously support your emotional quotient and intelligent quotient, and also improve the quality of life of the individual. So this becomes a primary factor before getting into the construction part of the building.
Okay, Dr. Pradeep, thank you. And also, does it affect the apartments too? What should be the factors looking out for in apartments?
If your floor is above 6 floors, then the kind of soil definitely will not matter. The energy changes at that level. That in that time, if it is 6 and above, then the basic wind flow and the light and energy that passes to your apartment only matters. But if it is between 0 to 5, then definitely the ground energies will affect the families and the individual.
That is very informative. Thank you, Dr. Pradeep. We also want to know what is the best shape of the plot that you would suggest to go ahead with?
Best shape would be square, and the second option would be rectangle. and with a proper sloping inside. So height in the southwest and slope in the northeast is the right kind of plot selection. So we need to also consider bad objects inside the plot. So such as bones, hand hills and other stuff. So trees in the plot and all.
Okay. And one last question we have. What are the top 3 tips you would like to suggest us when it comes to Vastu that we must look out for?
In terms of selection of the plot,
Yes.
so first thing is to find out whether your plot is between two high-rise buildings. If it is that case, until and unless your construction is equivalent to their height or floors, you should not buy a plot. If it is up to their height, then definitely you can go for it. Second thing that you need to consider is the water source in that area. Nearby water source, how it is, the kind of soil. If it is a dark red and light reddish, definitely you can go and buy a plot. If it is black, stay out of it. And you need to search for bad objects inside the plot. If you're finding something bad objects like anthill, where snakes crawl around, some temple reminiscence, all those stuff, you need to stay out of those places.
Okay. Thank you once again, Dr. Pradeep, for this
Thank
very
you.
meaningful session. And we also thank you for taking your time out on your busy schedule and being a part of this. We thank our
I think I've got a question here. So this is by some Bhaskar Srivastav. So what
Okay.
can be done if color of soil is not according to the nature of the building? In that case, you need to take care of the building vastu accurately, ma'am. If your color is not matching the kind of construction, then you should ensure there is no deviations in the building per se. Because obviously we can't change the color of the soil, but we can only, test the energies inside, like north, east, south, and west. We need to find out what kind of energies are existing in the plot. If it is sufficient energy, no changes to be made. But if there is a poor energy in the plot, then definitely we need to work on different types of remedies. A lot of remedies, something like color therapy, gem therapy. Then you have mantras, yantras, and also you have metal energies or metal remedies also to be taken care of. So it depends again on the kind of energy the plot is emitting inside.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Pradeep, for your time, for this presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so much,
viewers.
all
Yeah.
team SIA, for making